Your brain doesn't want you to save money. Not because it's broken, because it's doing exactly what evolution designed it to do. Survive today. Ignore tomorrow. The financial industry knows this. They built an entire system around it. But there's one trick costs $25 that rewires the whole pattern. Most people think their money problem is math. Earn more, spend less, budget better. Simple, right? Except it doesn't work. And not because people are stupid, because the advice ignores how the brain actually processes money. Here's what nobody tells you. Your brain treats money as a threat. Every purchase activates the same neural pathway as physical pain. The anterior insula, the part of your brain that flinches when you touch a hot stove, that same region lights up when you spend money. So what does your brain do? It avoids the pain entirely. You stop checking your bank account. You stop opening bills. You tell yourself you'll figure it out next month. Psychologists call this financial avoidance. And it's not a character flaw, it's a survival mechanism, operating in the wrong environment. But here's where it gets interesting. The same psychology that traps you can be reversed. With $25. The rule is simple. Every time money hits your account, paycheck, side gig, birthday cash, a $5 refund, you move $25 to a separate savings account. Not a percentage, not whatever's left over. $25, every single time. Now, before you think, that's it? That's the big secret? Hear me out. Because the amount isn't the point. The point is the behavior. Most saving strategies fail because they require willpower. Willpower is a limited resource. Your brain burns through it by lunchtime. The $25 rule doesn't require willpower. It requires a trigger. Money comes in, you move $25. No thinking. No calculating. No negotiating with yourself about whether you can afford it this week. And here's the critical part. Do not automate this. You need to do it manually. Every time. You need to feel the action. Why? Because you're not just saving money. You're building a neurological pathway. Every manual transfer is a rep. You're training your brain to associate incoming money with action instead of avoidance. And this is where the psychology gets dark. Because once you understand why this works, you'll realize how much of your financial behavior was never really yours to begin with. There are 3 psychological mechanisms at play. First, the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain remembers unfinished tasks more vividly than completed ones. That nagging feeling about money, that low-level anxiety you carry everywhere, that's the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain is holding an open loop called, I'm not handling my finances. Every time you transfer that $25, you close a micro loop. Your brain gets a completion signal. The anxiety drops, not because you're rich now, but because you did something. Second, identity shift. This is the one nobody talks about. After a few weeks of consistent transfers, something subtle changes. You stop being someone who's bad with money. You become someone who saves. That identity shift matters more than the dollar amount. Because identity drives behavior. People who see themselves as savers make different decisions not out of discipline, but out of consistency with who they believe they are. Third, the compound confidence effect. Forget compound interest for a moment. What compounds first is confidence. After 30 days, you've got $150, $200 sitting in an account that didn't exist before. That's not life-changing money, but it's proof. And proof silences the part of your brain that says, why bother? If this is reframing how you think about money, drop a comment below with the word rewired. I want to know how many of you are actually going to try this. Now here's where the trick evolves into a system. Level 1, build the habit. $25 per deposit. Manual transfer. No exceptions. Do this for 60 days. Don't touch the money. The goal isn't the balance, it's the behavior. Level 2, raise the floor. Once $25 feels automatic, and it will increase to $50, then $75, You're not forcing yourself. You're following momentum. Your brain already created. Level 3. Split the stream. Open a second account. One for emergencies, one for investments. Now every deposit triggers 2 transfers. You've gone from financial avoidance to a system that runs on psychology instead of fighting it. Level 4. Detach from the outcome. This is the Stoic principle. Stop obsessing over the balance. Focus only on the action. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The balance is an outside event. The transfer is within your control. Master the transfer. The balance handles itself." Here's what most money advice gets wrong. It focuses on the math. But money isn't a math problem. It's a psychology problem. The difference between having 0 savings and having $500 isn't $500. It's the difference between panic and peace. Between "I can't handle this" and "I've got a buffer." That shift doesn't come from a budgeting spreadsheet. It comes from identity, from proving to yourself through action, not intention, that you're the kind of person who handles money instead of hiding from it. $25 won't make you rich, but it'll make you different. And different is where wealth starts. Most people will watch this and do nothing. That's the psychology working against them. The 1% who actually open a savings account tonight and make that first $25 transfer, they just rewired their financial identity. If you want to see what others can't, subscribe. Next week, we're breaking down the psychological tricks the wealthy use to stay detached from money while everyone else panics.